final step and possibly the hardest part. So I would probably suggest you just watch the entirety of this video before you start trying to make progress on it. So there's my front. I'm going to go over here once again to my right plane, make a sketch on it, hit N for normal so I can get myself over to here. And like on the last one, I'm going to turn my right leg off so I can see what's behind me. And I'm going to use the Use tool, and I need this, and I need that. So what I'm going to do, and let's just add that to the mix just for kicks and grins. All right, then I'll turn that other leg off. So this is what I'm looking at, and if I swing this to the right, I'm going to try and make this bar piece next. So this is where we're going. Make a line. We're going to start up here, come down. We'll just sort of highlight that so we get to be parallel, and come down some distance, and then I'm going to come over in a horizontal position. Again, I don't want to necessarily stick right underneath that, so I'm just going to come down horizontally and then go back up to parallel. And I probably don't need to close this off. I'm going to close that off anyway. Hit escape. I want basically 3/4. This is going to be a 3/4 inch piece wide. I want 1/2 inch to be out here and 1/4 inch to be in here. So I'm going to hit my dimension tool and dimension this piece to be 1/2 inch. And you can either go from here to here and call it 3/4, or to there and call it 1/4. So kind of your call. I'm going to go from here to here and call this 3/4, so 0.75, and make it look like that. Now the other thing is I want this to be right there. So I'm going to go grab the line tool, make a construction line. I'm going to highlight that point right there. If I can, whoops, let's undo that. I'm going to try and orbit. So what I'm trying to grab is the bottom of that line. So I'm going to try and grab that point or something about that. So maybe I need to do the old Use tool and grab that. And again, go over here to the right. Let's try this again. So line, construction, I want to go, all right, repeating that same error. Let's try this again. Get my line tool, make it a construction line. All right, not quite sure why that's not working. But let's try it anyway. So I'll make a construction line from here to hit escape and get that and that. And then we'll come up here and make them coincident. Let's see if that works. And that did work. All right. And then we're going to mirror all this over on the other side. So we've done the mirror tool before. Grab this line here. And here again, it might be hard to grab all these individual pieces. So I'm going to do a crossing window from top left to lower right. So top left to lower right. So I capture all the pieces in there, and they should show up over there. And that is going to do it for that. So I'm going to get out of that sketch and orbit around. I'm going to do an extrude. I'm going to grab this piece, and probably should have grabbed the one in the back first, and that piece. Again, I don't want to add, I want a new piece coming out of that. I also want a new piece coming out of this, so I'll grab that, and we'll, oops, once again did it wrong, and grab that. All right, and how far do you want to go? We're going to go all the way out to the edge here, so going up to face, and we'll grab that face there. We want a second end position, also up to face, and we want to go up to that edge there. so that as you look at this from the right, that's what we've just made. Okay? And they're at the right angle because we referenced the legs. All right, so we've got 2 more parts down here. Hit check, good to go. And let's orient ourselves to the front. All right, so the yellow one's the front one, so I'll come over here and grab that. Right click, or for you, control, rename it, and call it front support. And logically, we'll call this one the back support. Okay, we need to cut those little angles off of that, and this is the easiest part, so we'll hit extrude. We want to remove material. The sketch we want to use is going to be that little dude there, and that little guy there, and we want to go through everything, it's fine, and we want to merge with everything, and then we want a second and end position. We want to go through everything and check. All right, so we're here. I'm going to turn my legs back on because now we're going to get to a sort of a weird part. So we have to cut some material out of these front and back supports, because when we get done with this, there's going to be a notch in the front and back supports that actually groove into that. So this is how that's going to go. Up here there's called a Boolean, and we're going to subtract material. The tool we are going to use to subtract is going to be this leg, and the target that we are going to aim for, or the target that we're going to use the tool on, is this beam here. And we want to keep the tool, that is, we want to keep this leg, and hit check. Now I'm going to take that left leg out and I'll show you what just happened. So you just did that cut right there. So we used the leg to cut this little notch out of the target, this back support. So we're just going to do that 4 more times, or 3 more times. So Boolean, subtract, the tool I want is this, the target I want is that, I want to keep the tool, check. I want to use that as my tool. My target's going to be this front support, and I want to keep the tool, good to go. And we'll turn the left leg on and do this last 1 more time. I want to use this leg as my tool. The target's going to be the yellow guy, so we can make that little cutout. And again, we want to keep the tool, because the default is this leg will just disappear. But that's not what we want. And check. Okay? I'm going to come back up here and turn the front sketch off, and I'm going to turn the right plane off, and there is my stool. And once again, if you wanted to double check these, you could turn the legs off, and you can see that you made these little cuts out of there. Awesome. So I hope you guys were all cut up. We have 1 or maybe 2 more videos on how to draw this, but that's it for making it.